CBS blasts Trump's billion-dollar lawsuit as a meritless attempt to evade bedrock First Amendment principles. At first glance, that headline makes you think, well, finally, a media company that has some balls. But then, when you look a little beneath the surface, the news is just not quite so rosy, and here is why. Right now, the parent company of CBS, Paramount, is awaiting FCC approval to merge with Skydance Media. The Skydance CEO is David Ellison. David Ellison's father is Larry Ellison, head of Oracle Corporation and the world's second, third, or fourth richest person, depending on your source. Keeps changing because Ellison has apparently made a killing in 2025 and is currently worth somewhere in the vicinity of $234 billion. Anyway, Dad has forked over $6 billion of the $8 billion necessary to take over Paramount, and Larry Ellison has been a big backer of, you guessed it, Donald J. Trump. So get the picture? If this deal goes through, CBS, a part of Paramount, will be controlled by Larry Ellison, an intimate of Donald Trump, whose son David Ellison will become the chief operating officer. The senior Ellison, as I mentioned, has been a big, outspoken supporter of Trump through his whole political life and continues to this day. Trump has already said he thinks David Ellison will do a great job. I'll bet. The deal still also needs the approval of Sherry Redstone, who is head of National Amusements Company, which owns Paramount, which owns CBS. Got all that? What a tangled web we weave. But Sherry Redstone shouldn't be too big a problem because if this all goes through, she's going to make about $500 million, maybe a lot more. It's always about the money. On Minyard and Minyard, Rick and I have been telling you from the very beginning of the Trump phenomenon to watch MAGAs as they try to control the media. And that's for one simple reason. An authoritarian fascist regime like the one they aspire to cannot function with a free and independent media. So less than 6 months in, that effort is well underway. Because of our Constitution and First Amendment protections, they can't just take control of media outlets and turn them into state-controlled enterprises like Stalin did so effectively and how his admirer Vladimir Putin does today. The Trump method is to issue threats through frivolous lawsuits, such as the one up now against CBS, hoping that critical media will fall in line rather than spending time and resources defending themselves in court. They restrict access to the White House press corps and favor those reporters who'll give them the most favorable coverage, and then try to humiliate any reporter who asks Trump what he considers to be an impertinent question. And then the biggie, of course, through mergers like this, these formerly independent and sometimes critical media outlets become appendages of the Trump administration by forging a sort of mainstream equivalent of Fox News in return for a hands-off policy from Trump and company. Now, this is what is happening right before our eyes. The days of independent and critical journalism could soon be in our rearview mirror. They are depending on us either not finding out or not caring about it until it's too late. And that's why it's so important to stay informed, stay energized, don't be discouraged. Keep encouraging your elected representatives to fight as hard as they can on your behalf to prevent this fascist takeover. And most important of all, make sure you vote next year to overturn the Republican enablers of this takeover. That means vote blue.